Look deep into my eyes. Especially you people who gave me those tiny fun-size candy bars when I was trick-or-treating last night. Fun size. Yeah, right. If you're an ant. I mean, it just ticks me off royal that I put on a wonderful Spice Girl costume, and you put a piece of candy the size of a rabbit dropping in my bag. Well, you are messing with the wrong...
Hey, Baby Spice.
Oh?
Thank you. Got an excited crowd here, excited crowd. You know the election's coming up. The candidates this year, not super exciting, but the initiatives. Whoa, very exciting. Everything from dental hygienists, gun safety locks, gay rights, medical marijuana. I know it's hard to keep it all straight, so here's a tip on how to remember. This is the guns, gays, ganja, and gums election. Simple mnemonic device there. Gums, ganja, in that order. Halloween was great. You guys have a good time on Halloween? It was great. It was good. I went out with my kids. The older ones were Imperial Stormtroopers and Darth Vader. The youngest was the Angel of Death, which I thought was cute. It's true. At least that's what they were for 3 houses. And after that, it's, I'm hot. I can't see. I said the mask. It's fine. And so, as you know, any parents, they end up as kids carrying stuff. You know, here's what I was wearing. Can I have something? You know, use the Vader helmet put the stuff in there. Because it fogs up, you can't see. It's good for one house, you know, and then they get home, they pour the stuff out, and immediately throw away all the non-candy items. Toothpaste, pshoom, gone. Toothpaste. Little religious tracts, pshoom, gone. They got a few of those. I picked one up, and I got a little religious tract that my kids got. It had a picture of a pumpkin on it, and it said, "The greatest treat of all, God," which I think is great. You know, and I'm all for freedom of speech, but let me just give you guys a tip for next year. Put God up against the devil. Don't put him up against a Reese's peanut butter cup. Play it safe. That's all I'm saying, you know. Yay, God, but, you know, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, there were a lot of costume contests last night. Almost live people were involved in a lot of them, and judging a lot of them. People were all over the place, and we invited some of the more interesting costumes down here tonight. Now, first up, we've got a costume that strikes terror into people all over the West Coast. That's right, it's the dreaded El Nino. There it is, he's just El Nino. Very nice, very nice. Next, a very frightening duo. Here they come. Yes, you guessed it. It's guests on the Jerry Springer Show.
Hey, look, honey, we're on TV!
Shut up!
You shut up!
No, you
Here, look here. Hey, you get candy, candy. Yeah, there you go, candy.
Reese's Pieces.
All right, there you go. All right. Well, now comes a horrific costume that's as close as yesterday's headlines. That's right, this is a Wall Street stockbroker. Yes, everything's normal, but look, the Dow just dropped another 500 points. Sorry about the stalks. There's the baby root. Like I say, high tone, the good stuff. All right. With the election only a few days away, it's inevitable that there would be some political costumes. We've got the... Yes, of course, here is Paul Shell. We have this. There you are, Paul. Here. There you go, Paul. Very nice. Got you the... Whoa! Give way for Paul Shell. Actually, of course, an even more popular choice was to dress up like his opponent. This was seen all over Seattle last night. This is the Charlie Chong costume. Very realistic. Very realistic. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I'll tell you. I tried to get one of these down at Champions. They were sold out, but that's a real good one. All right. Well, those were some fabulous costumes. We'd like to get on with the show, but before we do, we'd like to show you an exciting preview of a new show coming to the Big King 5. Good costume.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys,
Cops in Leavenworth.
Most of the time, Leavenworth is a nice, peaceful, Bavarian-themed tourist town, but when there's trouble in this nice, peaceful, Bavarian-themed tourist town, then I have to crack down.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Why a Bavarian theme? It's just something we decided on, that's all. Yeah, we voted on it a couple years ago. Bavaria came in first, Egypt was second, and I think third was Tacoma. Yeah, so we decided that Bavarian... Wait a minute. Hey, excuse me, hey, whoa, can we stop here? Come here for a minute. You leaving town here?
Yeah.
Isn't there something you're forgetting?
No.
Where's your souvenirs? The posters, the pennants, the dorky little hats?
We were just talking.
Postcards. You got little hanging little wooden things here like that? You got nothing.
Oh.
You think you're leaving here without that? I want you to turn around. I want you to get in those stores. I don't want you to come back here unless your arms are loaded. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir, we will.
All right, let's get go. Come on, move.
Thank you,
move.
officer.
Now.
Okay.
People like that make me sick. Yeah, we had a problem down at Uli's restaurant the other day. Somebody had a little too much sauerkraut, so we had to clear the place out for about an hour. Happy hour. That's when things usually start to happen.
Leader, Holson 1, come in, please.
Yeah.
We've got a 417 in progress downtown.
Okay, I'm on it.
Dankeschön.
Better turn on the siren. All right, hey, come on. Whoa, on your feet. What's going on here?
We're just on the city street drinking beer out of paper cups.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You know, we got laws against this. You get those beers in steins, or I am taking you downtown.
We are downtown.
Don't get smart with me, punk. Let me see this beer. That's Labatt's. Now, you know we only allow European beer in Leavenworth. This is a very serious crime. Let's see some ID.
I got it.
Hey, no. Come here. All right, you're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Any yodeling can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to conjugal visits, provided that the woman is named Heidi or Helga and wears her hair in a braid. Now, do you understand these rights as I've explained them to you?
Not really.
Well, that's okay, I do. You want anything?
Bratwurst?
Yeah, I can do that.
And all the bats?
Come on! You know, Leavenworth is also the name of the city in Kansas that houses the federal penitentiary. And I've always thought that's why we end up with so many bad boys.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? Uh-oh.
Oh, no. That's Leavenworth's most notorious street gang, the Jägermeisters. This isn't gonna be pretty. I better call for backup. Call for backup!
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys.
In 1995, voters rejected the Seattle Commons Project, an expensive plan to reclaim a tract of private land and convert it into a large city park. The project was spearheaded by billionaire Paul Allen. In 1997, the voters agreed to have the Kingdome torn down and a new football stadium built so the new owner of the Seahawks would keep the team here. That new owner was billionaire Paul Allen. It seems like billionaire Paul Allen has quite a bit of influence in this town. That's because Paul Allen has quite a bit of money. That's why you as a taxpayer should vote yes on Initiative 204. Make Paul Allen pay for everything. If passed, Initiative 204 would make it a law that anything that cost the city over $100 would be paid for by Paul Allen. And isn't that what everyone wants? On November 4th, vote yes on Initiative 204 and make Paul Allen pay for everything.
Okay, everybody, remember this is a brainstorming session, and you all know what that means.
No bad ideas.
No bad ideas, that's right. Now, our goal here is to come up with ways to increase profits as much as we can. Now, who wants to start here? Okay, Ben. Yeah.
Increase production to 24 hours a day.
24 hours. Very good, Ben. We'll put that down. Okay, anybody else?
Yeah, find less expensive suppliers.
Less expensive. Good. All right. Who else? Okay, go ahead.
Squash all the bugs.
Okay, squash. Oh, I'm sorry, Randy. What do you mean by squash all the bugs?
Oh, well, you know how sometimes you'll be walking down the hallway and there'll be like a bug on the floor? And you just squash them. Squash them.
I don't get it.
Now, Randy, exactly how is this going to increase profits?
Excuse me, you said no bad ideas.
Okay, all right. Squash the bugs. All right. Anybody else?
Still don't get it.
Use lower wattage light bulbs.
Okay, lower wattage light bulbs.
And I think we should lay off some of the marketing department.
Okay.
Yeah, no, kill them instead.
What?
Yeah.
Randy.
Yeah, no, we can just line them up and then mow them on down. It'll be great. Oh, wait, no. Set fire to them. Yeah, that's better. That's better. We'll set
fire. I really don't think that
you just can't set fire to an entire department.
Well, maybe with, some type of explosive.
Well, yeah, I mean, morally, you can't do it.
Oh, I agree. I'm just saying that physically it is possible.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's still not an appropriate suggestion, right?
Sure, right.
Excuse me, guys. No bad ideas.
Randy.
No bad ideas.
All right, okay. Set fire to the marketing division.
I really don't think we should be writing that one down.
Okay, look, as much as I agree with you, Laura, we did agree that there would be no bad ideas.
Yeah, well, this actually is a really bad idea.
Yes, Randy.
We should sell Tom and Laura into slavery.
Randy!
Write it down!
Oh, all right, sure, why not? Sell Tom and Laura into slavery.
Why us? Why not Ben?
Wait, don't bring me in on this.
It's absolutely
Gradually, Randy's innovative ideas caught on. Tom and Laura were sold into slavery. The marketing department was set on fire, and all the bugs were squashed. Profits soared. Randy was hailed as a management genius and made president of the company.
And as your new president, I am pleased to report that we are now all wearing the funny hats, and that earlier this morning we finished lobotomizing the entire sales department. So, any other ideas? Yes.
From now on, let's all just speak French.
Ooh, c'est bon, c'est bon.
The following is a paid political announcement.
Medical marijuana is, yes, because yeah, okay. Paid for by the, yeah. Okay.
The preceding has been a paid political announcement.
And now, Storytime with Kevin Calabro.
Once upon a time, Jack takes the big cow downtown and makes a major trade for some magic beans and a pig to be named later. Jack brings the beans home to his mom in the cottage, and that's when she lost it. She bullet passed the beans out the window and into the garden. Oh, baby! The next morning now, Jacko looks out the window, and it's beanstalk time, baby. Beanstalk, way up there. Jack steps out of the cottage now. He grabs a hold of that beanstalk, climbs that baby to the top. The Jackman goes skywalking. It's cloud time for the Jackster. He moves right, then left. Jack moves toward the big castle. But here comes the giant. He's got fee, fi, fo, fum on his mind. The giant wants to grind his bones to make his bread. Jack climbing down fast now, but here comes the giant. Very quick for a big man, held Ewing to 12 one night. Jack's on the ground now. Here comes the giant. Jack grabs the big axe. He chops down the beanstalk with 2 hands, baby! The big man falls. Game is over. Little man kicks the big giant's booty. He lives happily ever after, baby!
This has been Storytime with Kevin Calabro.
Good evening, this is the Late Report. Well, the Utne Reader magazine has named Seattle's Belltown neighborhood as one of the outstanding hip places in the country. Meanwhile, the American Journal of Medicine has named Seattle's Pill Hill neighborhood as one of the outstanding artificial hip places in the country. KCTS Channel 9 has received the 1997 Governor's Choice Award for family-friendly employment practices, which include paid time off for volunteer work. The only requirement is that the volunteer work must consist of answering the phones during Pledge Week. Actor Charlton Heston was in town this week speaking out against Initiative 676, calling the gun control measure evil. He said that if the initiative passes, it'll just be a matter of time before the only ones with guns on this planet will be those stinking apes! Damn you! Damn you! A book called The New Rating Guide to Life in America's Small Cities has rated Mount Vernon as the best small city in the country. They also named Washington's Patty Murray as the country's best small senator. The Evergreen State College campus police began carrying guns last Friday. The tragic accidents began last Saturday. Seahawk owner Paul Allen invited tennis star Monica Seles to be his guest at last Sunday's game against the Raiders. Seles said the billionaire showed no signs of acting like a computer nerd, except for the time he snuck up behind her and pretended to stab her in the back with a king dog. Scientists from the... Scientists from the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center are criticizing the film Gattaca for bad science that is silly and oversimplified. The scientists also pointed out that most of the stuff in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids probably wouldn't work either. Finally, the 3rd annual Big Hair contest was held recently in Linwood, and for the 3rd straight year, there was a 30,000-way tie for first place. This has been the Late Report. Don't go away, because we're coming right back. Initiative 142, the pod issue. Shall the city build, maintain, and operate matter transference pods located throughout the city to be funded by private money, federal, state, and local grants? Statement 4.
Matter transference pods are the ultimate answer to Seattle's transportation woes. Pods are a clean, quiet, safe alternative to currently available transportation modes, and they eliminate travel time and pollution.
Statement against.
There is no such thing as a matter transference pod.
Rebuttal to the statement against.
Ever heard of Thomas Edison, the Wright brothers? All we have to do to have matter transference pods is to invent and build them.
Rebuttal to the statement 4.
As great as matter transference pods sound, the bottom line is that they don't exist and would not therefore be a sound investment.
Vote yes. The future is now. People for pods.
Please vote no on Initiative 142. It's crazy and impossible.
All right, well, that's just about all the time we have left on Almost Live. We want to say happy Halloween to everybody. And remember, this election, vote. Vote for the candidate of your choice, but vote. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.